I have caught myself just being glued to my phone and basically just doom scrolling is what people call it nowadays. I have seen how much it affects me being productive because I know that I need to know what's going on in the social media world to post content, and I need to see what other people are doing, and sometimes we reach out when we find a brand or an illustrator we like. So it's, you know, there's a lot that's on social media from the workspace of what I do in retail and also creating content for business, personal, and other businesses. I have been unhappy on the way that social media or my phone has taken time away from me personally, from whenever I had downtime. Like, I would realize that if I wake up in the morning and I look at my phone, then I'm on my phone for a while. It's not 5 minutes, it's not 10 minutes, it's maybe 15, 20 minutes of my morning right off the bat. As soon as I wake up, right? During lunch break, I'm on my phone, scrolling, looking through stuff. Whenever I'm waiting to pick up my son or waiting in line, it's just always on the phone. And even right before I go to bed, I know not to have my phone on. This is even what I tell my own child. Don't look at the screen an hour before bed. But I also tend to do it. I have been putting these practices that I'm going to share with you today to my day-to-day routine. And I thought I would share them with you for everyone who is trying to just stay away from their phones, from social media, or just to spend more time intentionally. So first thing in the morning when I wake up, my alarm is on my phone, so I do have to see it to turn it off. But other than that, I intentionally do not turn it on. I just turn off the alarm, put it away, get up, and start my morning. For me, I usually go to the restroom, take a shower, wash my face, all the things. Then what I like to do is go grab a cup of tea. I usually like my dandelion tea in the morning, and I sit down on the sofa or on the table. And what I like to do is one of two things. Usually it is, I've never done the artist's way, but it is the brain dumping of just letting everything that's in your brain, just pour it out into your journal. If I can get 1 page to 2 pages, that's okay with me. Even if it's half page and I just sit there with my cup of tea and I'm thinking, I feel satisfied as well. Recently, for me, I've been trying to get back into drawing and creating. I feel like that has lacked. It's what I wanted most this last year, but that creativity came out in different ways, and I really want to get back into drawing creatively. So what I've been doing recently is just sitting down and taking the time to draw. Because what I heard is first thing in the morning is when your brain is the most open, it's the most loose, and that's the time that you should be creating content or creating instead of being glued to your computer or your phone. So that's my morning. And also, as a mom, I know that these things won't always go the way I want them to. Whether I'm rushing out the door with my son, or I have a meeting in the morning, or a phone call, or whatever it may be, it might not always go the way it's planned, but I'm also learning not to stress, just to let go and be like, it's okay, I can do it tomorrow. And the older that I get, the more I understand that life happens, but your time is valuable. The second thing that I am going to do, or will try to do, is called Zilbadoni. It's an Italian word that translates to miscellany or hodgepodge. It's a type of a commonplace book, a collection of diverse writings, quotes, drawings, and other personal notes compiled by the owner for their own gratification, for their own edification. This I learned from a YouTuber that I was watching, where he said he started this notebook throughout the day. So this is my afternoon. If I want to reach out for my phone, I'll try to reach out for my notebook instead. In this Zilbadoni notebook, I am going to basically write the things that, quotes that inspire me or that are meaningful to me, just little bits of information. I guess it's what the young people are calling now the commonplace book. The commonplace book. There are videos on this. Many people just have it to write these little things down, and I am getting into it because until now, whenever I had an inspiring quote or something that had happened to me, I would just immediately type it on my phone, which is fine. Apparently a lot of people do that too. But now I think I'm gonna take the time to intentionally stop and write it down so that if there are times during the afternoon that I feel like I'm reaching for my phone, I'm going to reach for my notebook instead and just open it up to any random page and read what I have written, because those things had a purpose and a meaning at that time, and it might be meaningful again later on. There are a lot of quotes that I like, that I get inspired by, but I'm not always going to post them on social media. Some are really cheesy, but some really get to me. So I feel like these little things and these little moments, intentionally me putting in the time to write, will make a difference. And I tried doing that while I was in Japan. So there are a few things where I try to draw, or whenever I had an idea, I would put it in, but it would be more intentional, not like a scrapbook, but more with intention. And right before bed, instead of reaching for the phone, when I have my son here, we have actually been taking the time to read. So he has a book and I have a book, and we're on the sofa and we're reading, or on the floor. We're just together and reading, which is always nice because the house is just so quiet and so great. For the times that he's not here, before I had like a gratitude journal where, you know, I would just sit and write the 3 things that I'm grateful for every day. That had a lot of meaning, but for every day, I was just grateful for my son, for my health, for my friends and family, for the business. So it became a little repetitive. And another idea that this YouTuber had was to find one story a day, something that happened throughout that day, and just write a little blurb about it. It doesn't have to be a whole page or anything like that. So I've been trying to just write little stories that happened that day. And also, like, I do have my hobonichi that I want to journal. Another thing that I want to intentionally journal, this cousin size, the A5 size, I got it because I wanted to do more of like this scrapbooking slash like combining what happened that day type of thing. But there are so many blank days in here, right? So I was thinking that I would just write these moments in here at night when I can. And if I can't journal, meaning like adding these stickers and things like that, then I'm starting to be okay with it. So some of my journals have just been just a lot of writing, and yeah, I'm okay with it just be writing. These are just the 3 little notebooks that I have been using throughout the day. It's funny because I started Stationery Store because I have this passion for stationery, but then I just became so busy with work and running the business itself where I actually stopped using stationery. It's weird and it didn't make any sense, but now that I'm going back into it, it really has just given me a lot of gratitude and gratification for being able to have these things and implement them day to day. So these are just some ideas. Hopefully it helps you guys stay away from your phones. It's getting too long. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.